Boom, 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 do, 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 do. Do. Good morning. It's your man Rico, and the new season of Running with Rico has begun as of today. It's been a minute. You know, I don't do well in the chilly weather. Probably why I haven't met a lot of my fitness goals, I guess, as it relates to running outside, because I don't do well in chilly weather. But today it's like 58 or 59. I thought I'd put this on just as a protective measure, because I do not need to catch a cold. And so, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Let the people know these boys running again. I want y'all to join me, because all about becoming white beater ready for 2023. And also hashtag single men have no business. Wait a minute, how should I say it? Hashtag single men should not be bony, fat, or out of shape. That's the mantra this year. Single men should not be bony, fat, or out of shape. And white beater ready. Those are my two things I'm going by this year. So, like, share, and subscribe. So, my Facebook page group, as well as my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. What's good? Good morning. Woo! And it's, what's up, Tino, Cuzzo? And so I, thought I'd, just on a whim, just give it a try. Just come on and back out here, and it's time to get started. Now I need to add it officially to my schedule, because I read some things about running that kind of slowed me up from coming. Read where it said a lot of running decreases men's testosterone. And like, I do not need that at 54 years old. Hell, Father Time is already doing the subtraction math on my shit. Well, on average, that's what happens. Well, I think when men start reaching like mid-30s, definitely about 40s, testosterone begins to decrease. That is what makes us a man, baby. Yeah. And so, and then also it develops our muscles, keep our muscles developed, and keeps our brain functioning. And also, it keeps the imping and not pimping, you hear me? It keeps us going strong and long. Won't do it? So, if you got a man around your house, ladies, or you see a lot of guys walking kind of slumped over and all that, it could be low T, depression, and it gives a simulation of depression, but it's just low T, you hear me? So, I'll get you, man, if he's 40 years old and older, go tell him to get checked out. T cells matter, baby. What's a T count? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, T cells, T count matter. So the man who's reaching his mid-50s, you got to be not with the game, but ahead of the game. You hear me? So, anyway, I'm doing my little walk down now before I head to the showers. I've been hearing a lot about this upcoming Freaknik Documentary that Hulu decided to put out, and I don't know who the author is of the documentary. Shamefully, I have to admit that I haven't done any deep research, but pretty much anybody can be the producer, because just name any one of those 3,000 what they called camcorders back then. They were out filming all of the debaucherous behavior of black people who were in their early 20s, some late 20s, and 30s, probably some 40, 50-year-olds out there watching them bend over and busted wide open for the camcorders. It wasn't for the gram. Back then, damn. Stop it, thine evil wind. Damn. And so, it's coming out, and those who got a chance to go to Freaknik 94, 96, 98, all of that, I didn't get a chance to go, but, I did see the videos and watch, and saw, when they did movies, and, everybody's got to see some kind of footage from Freaknik. whenever they talked about it. And so it was definitely debaucherous. Young people, and from, according to some history of Freaknik, it actually started in Atlanta colleges, like College Atlanta University, I guess Morehouse and Morris Brown. All it was a Atlanta college thing, HBCU thing, and where the college students would get together and have the festival, their music, and reveling and all of that. All of a sudden the word got out, and the world began to descend upon Atlanta, and then it became what we know today as this historic and epic time in young college age and Black Americans' lives. It was, when we look back on it now, it was a mess, but a beautiful mess, a wild mess, a disorganized mess, an out of control mess. It was just, you put a label on it however you want to, but people survived. So, but right now, people survived physically, and I think emotionally, and I think there was some other stuff going on. I'm sure those reports will come out, but Hulu decided that it was a good idea to rehash and to basically put all those then 22-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 25-year-olds, put their business out in the street in this time of social media. And what's been very interesting is, I don't think, as of me recording this video, I don't think the documentary has hit Hulu yet, has come out yet, but there are people on social media, mainly women, who are expressing, good morning, Miss Marquette. There are women I've seen on social media who are expressing concern, or they're giving what's called, they're like trying to do preemptive strikes. Trying to hey y'all, if y'all see me in that video, that is not me today. Or please, I hope, if y'all, please, Jewel, what's up, man? They're like, please, if y'all see me, because those women then are now, they're probably my age, very late 40s, mid 50s, some maybe close to 60. But they were in their late teens and 20s, and they were being young women and freaking dicky and exhibitionists and busting it wide open. Hey, ass everywhere, tatas on display. Won't he do it? And I missed all of that. But some of these women they're professionals in the medical field. They're attorneys. Some of them may be judges. So a lot of them are probably wives and mothers and grandmas. They transitioned out of their raucous youths, and they matured into, women of respectability. Come on, somebody. Women of the pillars of the community. Probably some women who are saved. Ooh. But they are now coming out saying, hey, look, already before the documentary came out, there was a tweet that I think that sparked the interest in me to do this that came out. I think everybody has seen it because it's shared all over the place. Mary Max, good morning, girl. There was a tweet that said, one guy, it's a picture of a police officer. I guess, I'm assuming it's Atlanta PD. He got his finger, and he taking his finger and opened her booty cheeks up with his fingers. And the lady's posing like that, looking back as she busting it wide open for the cop. And I guess the adult child of that lady now, he said, please, would you mind moving that photo? Because that's my mother. God, dog. And so people already in panic mode. And I don't know how to feel about that. Well, yes, I do. But it's not in a judgmental thing. Because, but it's always that cautionary tale of, be careful what you do out in the public. It'll come back and bite you on the ass. Be careful if you show your ass, because it'll definitely come back to bite you in that same spot. And, well, hey, it is what it is. And those ladies had that time in their lives, and young men too. But y'all know how it works. The double standard. The men are not going to be crucified or heavily judged, judged heavy-handedly as the women because of how men and women are presented in society and the expectations of both. I guess it's expected for men to be, raucous and savage and all that, but, women were supposed to have a particular virtue. But we all know, now, a lot of those young women, they're probably sweet as angels at home with their parents. But when they got to the ATL or when they go to Jamaica or when they they think they're out of sight from the purview of their parents, yeah, women cut loose. And no judgment here. So, because I'm sure that the feminists going to start crawling all over. What about the men? It's always so about the women. Well, feminists, y'all know they can go eat. You know what a feminist can do for me, right? And what she probably needs to do. She can go eat the reproductive member of a man. How about that? That's probably what's wrong with a lot of feminists. They don't get that. And they're mad because of the women who get it, plentifully. Yeah, the feminists are jealous of pretty women. Fuck the feminists. But I want to throw something else in the pot. And the misogyny of it all. Yeah, there was a lot of bad behavior of the guys, by the way. Yeah, and because I do not believe, and never have believed that. I don't care if a woman is wearing booty shorts. I don't care if she is wearing her cleavage under her chin. That is no invitation for you to put your hands on her. There's no invitation for you to grab her booty. There's no invitation for you to graze your hand across her breast. It's not an invitation. No means no. Why should she have to tell you no? You should already know not to invade anybody's personal space. Yeah, it's weird and it's irresponsible in their behavior. It's almost childlike. But still, morally and legally, it's against the law. Yeah, because shit, come on now. So I hope we still don't have men around who think it's okay because she has on her yoga pants and not in the yoga class and is cupping her booty cheeks and showing the great definition of her camel toe. It's not for you to, not even to stare, because even to stare is weird. Just get a quick eye glance. Because she knows, women are attention seekers. They love attention. Not on by any means necessary. Let me give you all an example of some attention seeking before I go back to this Freaknik thing. And it was just weird to me. Did y'all see when Megan Thee Stallion threw out the baseball? And by the way, Megan, I'm going to tell you this. You must have listened to me good, because you went and lost those little 15, 20 pounds and got tight and right. Let me get a moment of silence here. Because those probably the best pair of white pants I've seen in the last 5 years. And that's the best looking sculpture of a 5'10" woman I've seen in a long time. So you did the damn thing in every regard, Megan Thee Stallion. I give you that with your little lying ass. But anyway, so that's not my complaint. Hey, Tiffany Suga, where you been, girl? You ain't been messing with your boy. Hope it wasn't nothing I said. So, but did y'all notice before Megan, when she was coming out, she gapped her legs open and shook her ass like she was trying to shake loose some tissue that got stuck in her ass after she took a doo-doo? I'm like, why is she doing that? And then she went to acting like a dumb blonde. Okay, I can't do it. I'm a miss it. Okay. You 29 years old. Why you act like that? Why can't you just be fine and be graceful? That threw me off. I'm like, wow, you just killed my heart on, Megan. You did. When you acting that goofy shit. Is that what required for chicks in rap music? Then she had them on weird chains on and all that. Like, why the fuck you do that? Go look at the whole video. She come out there shaking her legs over the shit like she trying to shake some tissue got stuck in her butt crack. Then she with the flexing, and of course I saw all the moves. She turned her ass to the camera, fine, she was doing her lighter version of Freaknik. She was just shaking it, and you can look at it but don't touch. And the little white boy got a chance to hug, and his arm kind of went down a little low. So shout out to you for your fitness games. Let's see, Tiffany Suga say, hey my brother, good morning. I was there, young and free, but didn't act all unladylike. I hear you, Tiffany. I think that might have been the assignment. When you go to Freaknik, you go there to act all unladylike. I think the way, according to a lot of the footage that I saw over the years, it was a whew. So yeah, Megan, do better. No, don't act like that. You're too old. You're not 19, you're 29, 28, something like that. 28, that's still too damn old to be acting that. I mean, literally acting like a dumb blonde out there, really. All right, so let's get back to the Freaknik. And I've made my point about, women can dress how they want to or whatever, but there's no invitation for you to touch her. Then, and especially now. Cochise, good morning, brother. You look at these old retarded bras today. Oh my God, I felt so violated. I feel unsafe. Ma'am, he was fixing his contact in his eye. That's why he was doing this, but it happened to be in your direction. He wasn't looking at your country ass. I felt unsafe. Misogyny. Oh my God, somebody feed these hoes some poison. Okay. All right, so, but anyway, but society has set it up like that these days. So anyway, but what's most interesting, it's always the goal of some part of this society to show the worst of African Americans. I'm not saying we don't do the most, but it seems like the systematic cameras in this society love to zoom in on that aspect of who we are. We know this. We know it. They're going to pretend like other communities haven't had their particular freakniks. Everybody does the same thing, but y'all understand, living in this country and around the world, what the goal is to show the worst of who we are. Because I know for a fact that we are a multifaceted group of people, race of people in this country and throughout the world. But when you don't control your media, you don't control your image. And so, and also those guys who were doing the video record, I know they got a whole lot of stuff in the vault. And I said that because I want to transition over into this. You ever heard this thing called Girls Gone Wild? Little white girls, little Britneys and Jennifers and Becky and Rebecca's. They around there popping off the tops, wiggling their tatas and sucking up dudes in the hot tubs and shit. All at the beach parties doing the damn thing. But you notice, as soon as and then the white guy that was over that started it, as soon as he started gaining popularity, the white girls started getting their coochie away, selling their coochie and everything. White America, the certain segment of white America got down on him and charged him with prostitution and sexploitation and all of that. Y'all remember that? They put the man in jail. See, this is where I always talking about how our race needs to build a fence around us. We need to be in control of all of who we are. You won't listen to Dr. Umar. You didn't listen to Dr. John Henry Clark. You don't listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, who's getting closer to 90. You don't listen to none of the scholars. So maybe, and I know a lot of you don't listen to me, but I'll still say it just so it can be on the record. Yeah, Rico said it as well, if he didn't say it first. Tiffany Suga says, no fake bodies, eyelashes, ton of weed back then. So today, half of the women, no one recognized them anyway. Yeah, you're right, and you said that right. Because one thing about let me go back to that part. Thank you, Tiffany Suga. And it's right. I was having this discussion. Who was I talking to about a lot of black women of the early '90s? I think I was in a brief. Just talking about relationships. And I always say I regret. They asked me about, never having been married and having kids and all of that. I said, I regret not being in a place or settling down in a place where I could have grabbed one of those sisters from the 90s like a lot of smart dudes did. Because that was the last decade, in my opinion, when black women actually liked black men. And we actually liked each other because the music dictated that. We had a lot of neo soul, a lot of love songs. Even in the rap music, hip hop, it was song that we dug each other. That was you, Mary Max? Okay. And I told her, I said, hey, our women, I know at Grambling, I'm talking about college campus and society at large, black women were really pretty. Natural, I'm picking back on what Tiffany Suga just said. Black women were really pretty, naturally pretty. As Kevin Samuels would ask you how you rate yourself: fresh face, clean coming out of the shower, fresh face. And a lot of sisters, they had that MC Light thing to the back with the coat in the front, that hairdo, wore jabots, and you know, just pretty, toned, in shape. Obesity in black girls was not the norm. You had some thick sisters, yes, probably some fatties, of course, but they were not the norm. There was a lot of pretty girls, a lot of pretty women in the 90s. Now, feminism was seeping in, you know, but it hadn't taken such a strong hold as it has today. And me in my 20s, back then, you know, I missed out like 20, even up to 24, 25, 26, 27, I missed out. I said, damn it. Oh. And that's, if anyone would ever ask me what I regret, is that I didn't calm myself or stop what I was doing or give myself a chance to grab one of those honeys. I went to a university full of them. Cute, pretty women at Grambling State University. Across the HBCUs across the country, but at Grambling had some pretty women, gorgeous, just pretty girls. Any brother that went to Grambling with me, hell, I know in the decade before me in the 80s for sure, but in the 90s with me, 89 to 94, undergrad in 94 to 96. We had some pretty women from all over, from Mississippi to California to New York, to Illinois, to Michigan, to Louisiana, of course, Lord Jesus. Just everywhere, Barbados. They were just pretty girls. And genuinely sweet girls. But this bullshit that y'all sons who are now 25, 28 have to pick from, I'm sorry for y'all sons. I guess you can say y'all daughters could eat dudes to turn into girls. But anyway, back to the Freaknik. So, you know, the girls gone wild. And so the mass media, they made sure they shut that down really quickly. I mean, yeah, he had a ball, too, for a little while. Little young white girls, 18 to 23 years old, pretty little blonde and redhead and brunette little white girls, tender and succulent. They around there splashing in the hot tub, all on the beach with their thong, bikinis, and white boys putting their fingers and hands and lips and tongues every goddamn way, and dinglings everywhere. All white Americans say, oh, hell no. We gotta trump up some kind of charge to get this cat up out of here. And they shut that image down. You haven't heard anything about it. But all of a sudden, somebody would think it's a good idea to dredge up Freaknik. Y'all can understand? And so, but I could be wrong. Maybe they have, Mary Max, maybe they have a Girls Gone Wild on Hulu coming next. I seriously doubt it, but maybe I can start that spark. So whoever sees this video, can we get a Girls Gone Wild Hulu documentary? I know it's a lot of video footage of that lying around somewhere, so let's do that as well. If you're gonna throw the Freaknik out there, God damn it, that shows the debaucherous nature and behavior. Come on, somebody. Little young pretty Brittany, Jennifer, Rebecca, Daisy. Oh yeah. Let's Monica. Yeah, let's show them bobbing their titties and bent all over trying to shake their little bubble boo-boos. Okay? So I guess it's almost a given assumption that Hulu might break records because everybody's going to try to run to their streaming service to get Hulu to, if they don't have it, to check out the documentary. But, you know, I guess I'll try to get a hold of it just to see if it's something I missed. But I just want to share that. To you ladies who were there back then, don't sweat it. You know, I hope your sons, your daughters, your grandsons and granddaughters don't recognize you. If they do, I hope they just see you walking through the crowd, like smiling, you know, just reveling. Or even like, ugh, why she bent over like that, having that look of concern. No, I hope your grandsons, granddaughters, sons or daughters don't see you when they caught you, trying to, kind of let loose. But what's so interesting, it's busting it open. It's the norm now for women. These young women today, all on Instagram with the teeny weeny bikini, booty shorts, thong, yoga pants up the camel toe and up the booty crack and cheeks. They just got them all over, as if that's not going to come back and bite them on the ass. But I guess the way they're destroying the moral fabric of this country, I guess it won't bother anybody. It won't bother the men, because the men will be lusting after that. I guess it's okay. But one thing about it, men, y'all gonna have to explain to me why y'all send these whores money. You guys to be sending these chicks money on Instagram just for a picture. Y'all cash apping these chicks money. Talk to me, fellas. Now, I listen for a living. Did y'all know that? Get at your boy. Because y'all gonna have to explain to me why y'all give these whores money. Same way, I guess, why the dudes give whores money in the strip club. For them to sit on their lap and give them blue balls. Who pays for blue balls? A lot of men have done it, I guess, for decades. I just never thought I'd want to do that, because I don't want to pay a woman to sit on my lap and give me blue balls. But if she gonna sit on my lap, my pants better be around my ankles. So, but anyway, again, just y'all relax and enjoy it. And send that challenge out. Girls Gone Wild challenge. We want to see that documentary to the producers at Hulu. And go and seek out those folks with all the video. And if the man is not locked up, cool. But if he is locked up to create a Girls Gone Wild, set that brother free. Because then nobody made those young women bend over and busted wide open and Freaknik, and nobody made Brittany, Rebecca, Jennifer take her top off and shake her tits and shoot and suck on somebody in a hot tub either. So y'all cut it out. But it goes to that precious white woman fragility, right? And again, I don't excuse any bad behavior of any men. All right? Because, yeah, that did occur. Reports of that. And shame on you. And I hope, if you guys see yourselves on that, let me say this. If you men who were there at 25, 27, 30, 40, 18, 19, and now you're in your late 40s and 50s, you become somebody in life. If you see yourselves in that video, if someone recognizes you, don't try to justify it. Just I was young. Don't do it. Just humble yourself, and if an apology is asked for, go ahead. But you don't have to apologize for being young, but just let them know, hey, I was not my intent. You know what to say to make it better. Don't just push it to the side. I was young. That's what dudes did, man. Don't do that. That's horrible. All right, that's dismissive. You know what to do. If you're now a judge, if you're a medical professional, if you're a professor, a teacher, something respectable in society. If you're one of those persons, don't and you get recognized, just own it. And if you have to, just tell young men it is never appropriate, never okay to touch any woman without their permission. Just send that message. And express any remorse if you have any, or any regret if you have any. And hopefully you don't get Me Too'd and canceled. The women aren't going to get canceled. But if they see you and you're a politician or, a professional or someone that's done well, economically, if you're one of those persons, you think you have something to lose, well, just, somebody might point you out and try to cancel you, because the men will get canceled in a heartbeat. Mary Mack says, I want to see the producers of the Freaknik film. I do too. I'm gonna see if I'm going to be shocked. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in for my first installment of this year of Running with Rico. I'll see y'all again in the future. I'll be running again. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.